Hello there. Kyle Katarn here. How's it going, everybody? It is Tuesday, my droids. It is Tongs Day, my droids, in fact. And it is my very favorite kind of day, New Helmet Day. I have here next to me the Hasbro Black Series Phase 2 Clone Trooper helmet. I've actually been waiting a really long time to open this one up. And today seemed like a good time. I have, of course, the Phase 1 clone has been sitting on the shelf for about a year now, and he's been very lonely without any clone brothers to sit next to him. So this has been a day long awaited. Zach Taft, what's up, man? If I could do a porg noise, I would take it to the bank, man. I'm not even gonna attempt it. But I'm glad to see you. It is Tongs Day, my Tuscans. How you doing, man? Awesome. What's up, Tyrael? I'm glad you're here too. So been a pretty wild day for me so far. This helmet showed up in the midst of my PC build. I was building a brand new gaming PC to play Jedi Survivor on because my old PC did not meet the minimum requirements. So I was tracking packages all week as computer parts arrived at my front door, and I had all of them but one, and I was like just chomping at the bit, like, I gotta get that last thing. It was an AIO liquid cooler for the PC, and I get a notification, package has been delivered. So I'm like, yes, let's go. I leap off my couch, run down the hall to the stairs. I open the door, and there's a massive box there. And I was full on Maul in Siege of Mandalore. Like, I was hoping for Kenobi. Why are you here? And it's a fucking helmet. And I was like, well, this is awesome, but absolutely not what I was expecting. So I kind of had to put it on the shelf and forget about it until I finished building the PC. But the time is finally upon us. We're gonna pop this sucker open and see what kind of goodness there is. Persian, Holiday Punch, Lacuna Sky, Devil Dog. Hello there, everybody. You got here just in time because we're about to open this thing. But first and foremost, let's take a look at the box art, because the Hasbro Black Series boxes, a number of years ago, they changed from regular squares into this strange atypical shape with this little slanted corner here, which visually is kind of cool. It's kind of interesting. It gives you this whole extra little panel to add more art on. And the art on this one is actually pretty dope. I've always loved the Phase 2 clones. I think they're no offense, Phase 1 over there, the Phase 2 clones it's just a sexier look. It's closer to the original trilogy Stormtrooper because of how we have the teeth, if you will, in there. And I love the OT TK designs. That's just my favorite. And so every time the clones would move further in that direction stylistically, I was all about it. Yeah, look at this. This is cool too, where it cuts out halfway through and you get all the line work. You can see really all the ridge detail, I suppose. Phase 2 Clone Trooper electronic helmet. Electronically distorts wearer's voice to sound like a Phase 2 Clone Trooper. Well, that's nifty. Does it make me sound like D. Baker, or is it just going to be me? Am I going to be all Roger? Because that would be awesome. Cool. And then we got the multiple views of the helmet on the side here. Yeah, the box art itself is very cool. And I love how much the tops of the boxes, they always do this. They do the profile, half shot of the helmet, and then the logo. And it reminds me of the VHS set of the original trilogy that I had that had half of Vader's face on Empire, and it was half of Yoda's face on Return of the Jedi. Totally reminds me of this. Sonia, hello there. I'm so glad you could make it. Everyone needs Black Series stuff. Honestly, it's so much fun to collect. I've stopped collecting anything else. I used to collect the 6-inch Black Series Trooper variants, and I still have a ton of them. But there are so many new ones that I just never picked up because, honestly, I'm out of space. And I'm out of space for helmets, too. This one right here is going to fit the last empty spot in this corner over here next to Wedge's helmet and the classic TK. But there's more helmets already announced. So, I'm going to need to get more shelves, move the ships. I don't even know. Space is becoming an issue. But Star Wars Black Series helmets are so cool because they're wearable. They're not that expensive. And they really look good. They may not look as good as, let's say, a Novos or a screen accurate prop. But they look pretty killer on camera behind me. And I am very happy with them. They're totally good enough for me, You don't like the fin. You hear that? He's talking shit about your fin. Okay, that's fine. I'm just a clone. You know what? They added the fin because it was supposed to be a nod to the Kaminoans, the scientists that engineered them, because they have little fins on their heads. The fin itself doesn't really bother me, but when I'm playing Battlefront and I play as a Phase 1 clone, the little light that they put in the fin totally weirds me out. It totally wigs me out. And when I'm going into a dark place, all you see is the little fin light bobbing back and forth as you run, and that messes with me for some reason. So I guess I kind of agree. I like the visual of the fin, but the little light that they put on there is too much for me. Maybe it's a sensory thing. I don't know. But what do you say? Let's take a look inside this thing. We're going to need some scissors. Don't get me wrong. I consider myself a Phase 1 enjoyer as well. I hope they do Gar Saxon's helmet from Clone Wars. Gar Saxon has like the most extra Mandalorian helmet that we've ever seen. And honestly, if I don't know if it would fit on my shelf. The spikes might just be too tall because they go up like really high on his helmet. Way ahead of you there, Jacob. I did the bounty hunter missions in their entirety a couple days ago, and the stream should still be up on YouTube. I'm going to turn it into a highlight, but I haven't done that yet. But don't worry, the footage will not expire, and it'll also make its way onto YouTube pretty soon. So, yeah, the clones are great. The clones in general are just excellent. Woodsy, you're absolutely right. That's just one more reason why we need that helmet. All right, Peter Ray Stevenson. He really was a great, and it's a bittersweet feeling now, knowing that like when we watch Ahsoka, it's going to be a goodbye to this actor that we all really, really, really like. So it's watching the Ahsoka series was already going to be an emotional experience for me, but now like doubly so. And yeah, I still don't know how to feel about that, other than very, very sad that he's gone. He was the main villain in RRR. So good. Just wanted to stop by and say, really love your content, Kyle. I enjoy every reaction. And as always, how we always point out the same Easter eggs in episodes and movies. Great minds think alike, sir. Well, I appreciate you stopping by with such kind words. That's really nice. All right. The real title of this live stream should be Man Struggles to Use Teeny Tiny Scissors. I got the large hands of a bass player. These things do not work. These are not my scissors. I couldn't find my scissors. There we go. There we go. This is somehow more difficult than the platforming in Jedi Survivor. We got there in the end. I'm about to open this up, and my face is going to get melted off Indiana Jones style. Is that a spoiler? Okay. Can we see that pretty well? Nice. All right, the lid is open. Oh, and there's more lid to come. Is that just padding? That's just padding. All right, our first catch of the day. We have instructions, which have been... Look at this. So they folded it into a nice little booklet, right? Makes sense. The title is folded in half. Why? Visual design. Who needs it? Okay. Manufacturer's warning, blah, blah, blah. Do not wear it. You may be forced to kill the Jedi if an order comes down. Boilerplate, typical stuff. Is this also taped in here? They really don't want these clones escaping. Captain John Dunbar, bonsoir. I would highlight your comment, but my hands are full. I do see you, though. That Star Wars guy, how's it going, man? If you posted a reenactment of Star Wars, there's a good chance I reacted to it because I do all the fan films I can see. Unboxing helmets is like my absolute favorite thing to do. It does not matter how many terrible things can happen to me over the course of my day. None of which happened today, by the way. It's been a really good day. But even when I'm having a bad one, as soon as I get a new helmet, it turns the whole thing around. And then I just kind of have like, I don't know, like a buff to me. Where like nothing can dim the shine for a minute because now I have a brand new helmet to play with, you know? Get that new helmet smell. Speaking of which, you see what I see in here? You see this? Come on. Oh. Okay, well, the bag was... I'm just going to pretend that didn't happen. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, you're shiny. Look at this. Look at this thing. I don't know if... Okay, the lighting in here might be a little intense to really show you the definition on there, but I can see the room in the head part. Like, yeah, there's too much glare from the camera itself, but this is impressive. The sculpt is so clean, too. Beautiful. This is a really nice helmet, guys. Look at that back detail. I wonder if there's anything I can do to... Here, let me try reducing the front lights and see if that helps at all. And it's still pretty washed out. But regardless, yeah, right, fresh out of Camino, right? This thing is a shiny right off the boat. Okay, there is some scant interior helmet. Oh, that shows up really well. There is a little bit of interior helmet detail. Looks like we've got the makings of a vocoder right here. Some wiring heading along the sides. But not quite on the detail level of some of the Mandalorian helmets that have come out recently, like the Bo-Katan one. And yeah, Bo-Katan, Death Watch, these guys. Just grab you real quick here. If you look on the inside, you actually have like coloration. You have much more mechanical texture and detail going on. You got these nice little leather squishy pads in here and stuff like that. And it seems like they really went back to basics for the phase 2 here, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. If you think about it, these are mass produced on Camino. 100,000 units already ready with 1 million more on the way. They don't have time to add a bunch of little fancy things in here. So I do enjoy that it's like feels a little bit more like rushed and mass produced the way that like the way that the clone armor probably was made in universe. But that's not to say that this isn't a very high quality helmet. No, it's just a little bit light on interior detail, but that's not an issue for me. It does come with the same like helmet, the lining for your head in the top there with the adjustable straps. I typically remove those because I got a big old head and a lot of them don't quite fit. And also my my head length is kind of extended by my beard, and when I wear it, it fits where my actual chin is, but the bottom of my beard will like poke out the bottom of some of them, like the original trilogy TK helmet is that way. It does need a little bit of detail, yes. And my lighting doesn't really let you see, but you can kind of see that there are some assemblies in here, like leading to the front on both sides. And the back has like some basic padding, but it's not actually padding. It's just simulated. It's made of the same hard plastic. We have very limited opportunities to see the inside of in-universe clone troopers. We see inside TK helmets once or twice, but I don't think we actually see the inside of one of these in canon. So I guess that gives them artistic license to sculpt it however they want. But I am really, really happy with this. The fact that it's so shiny and pristine makes me want to just like protect it and keep it clean and keep it this way. But I also think I'm going to order another one and scuff it up and make it dirty and maybe give it like some livery, like make it a 501st helmet, you know, 322nd, 327th, something like that. Not 332nd though, because they're actually making one of those, and I'm going to be reviewing it right here on the channel as well. I'm going to turn the lights back up now. There we go. That's better. Yeah, no, this is excellent. I'm going to remove the padding before I try it on because I have learned from the past helmets just what the sizing actually means. So they should just, yep. And they just snap on. They're little button snaps. So this is what goes on the inside like that. See, now I'm ready for the electric chair. That was a bad joke. Cool. The moment has come. Let's try this thing on. Oh, that's pretty sweet. This thing is pretty sweet, guys. I have a really good range of motion. I can see all the way. I can see to about there. That's where my hands get cut off. Yeah, no, that's not bad at all. And this entire thing is see-through as well. It's kind of weird. These do block a little bit of my view. Interesting. I guess I never really thought about that. The visor is so stylized on the Phase 2 helmet, the way it actually pinches in like that. It really does get in the way of your vision, and you wouldn't think about it. Like the Mando helmets are a straight strip across, and I've never had a problem seeing out of those. But this piece of plastic and this piece of plastic do kind of come up just enough to create some black shapes in your field of view. I feel like if I was wearing this one around, I would have to be like floor checking constantly, making sure I'm not like bumping into things that are at like knee level. Maybe someone in here who's worn a clone helmet, like in the 501st or the non-Black Series version of this can weigh in and say whether or not that's just a clone thing, if visibility is always kind of an issue, or if that is something the Black Series helmet has going for it right now. I'm going to put it on again. I didn't wear that for long enough. Yeah, no, this is cool. And looking on the camera, yeah, you can kind of see my nose a little bit. I can, like, in terms of transparency, I can see out just fine. But I feel like you can see just a little bit of my face through this as well. Yeah. Cool. Roger, Roger. Well, this is me, being a clone, wearing my Phase 2 helmet. I'm a shiny from Camino. Yes. Very nice. Yeah, like I was saying, I'm probably going to get a second one and dirty it up and have like a weathered version of this. This is awesome, though, because just as kind of a completist moment, now I've got both generations of clone right here. Oh no, that's excellent. Look at these happy little guys. And now my Phase 1's no longer gonna be lonely. Love it. And yes, I did get the recent Darth Vader helmet. It is right over there in the corner. I guess you can't see it on the shot. Yeah, the Vader helmet's gnarly. It actually came in like 4 parts. The neck part is a 2-piece, and then it's got the front and then the top helmet. I've almost got the entire generation. We've got, let's go in order here. We've got Phase 1 clone. Yes. Phase 2 clone. How wild and cool would it be if they actually made the TK troopers from the Bad Batch, like, and get that, middle, like that transitional helmet? That would be awesome. And then back up to the original, the very first helmet that Star Wars The Black Series put out, and the very first Trooper helmet that audiences ever saw in 1977, the original Trooper TK. One of my favorite Black Series helmets to this day because it's so simple. It was the first of its kind. It's really easy to wear. The price point was great starting out, and it's the reason I started collecting all the rest of them, honestly, because I had such a great time picking up the first one. So yeah, that is it. Let me see if I can hold all 3 of these. I don't know if I can do it. Challenge accepted. Self challenge accepted. Oh God. Okay. How do I? So if I do that and hold them, there you go. Waiter style. I'm gonna pick you up by the fin. Sorry, it doesn't hurt. Why can't I hold all these helmets? Yeah. There we go. Look at that. Big happy family. All right, well, now I put myself in a hell of a position here because I'm holding all these helmets and I don't know how to safely put them down. So that's going to be a whole separate challenge. But yeah, in conclusion, I would say that the Phase 2 clone helmet is absolutely excellent, honestly. I'm really happy with it. It's a very like standard design. The Phase 2 shiny is like the default. It's the base template clone helmet for everything else. They get all the variations that they make in the clone army. So I think it's a great place to start if they want to start branching into more clone trooper designs, which I really think that they should, because now that we've got this, now that we have this Phase 2 clone, a lot of people are able to do their own modding, and it really opens the door for anyone that wants to, anyone with a paint pen to come in and turn this into any clone trooper legion that they wanted to. So the fact that they started with the shiny, I think, was both generous to the people that make the custom helmets and also just smart from from a collection growing standpoint as well. Rating it out of 10, that's something that I haven't really done with the other helmets. And so I feel like if I rate this one, I'll have to retroactively go back and rate the other ones. And maybe I'll do that. So let's start with this guy. I will give the Phase 2 Black Series helmet a solid 9 out of 10. The reason it's missing that final point is because it does not come with any sort of attachments or accessories the way some of the previous helmets have. Din Djarin's helmet, for example, came with a removable side piece, and you could add a little flashlight to it. The Death Watch and the Bo-Katan helmet both come with like a cool functionality where you can access the viewfinder, rangefinder, and take the top off, and it has a little illuminated panel. There isn't really any sort of bells and whistles with this helmet. But regardless, I think it's a really, really solid design. It looks just like so clean, so well put together. And it also does still feature the top fin, but it's a little bit less pronounced on the Phase 2. It doesn't like flare out the way it does in the Phase 1. So Woodsy probably likes that better. Yes, the Scout Trooper helmet is on the way, and I am very excited for that one too. Especially after having defeated Rick the Door Technician in Jedi Survivor. Yeah, while we're on the subject of Scout Troopers, take a look at, I want you guys to see this little contraption right here. This is the Ruby's Deluxe Costume Piece Scout Trooper helmet. For a long time, this was the only Scout Trooper helmet available that was less than like $300-400. So this is the one that I ended up with. And I can't believe I'm going to do this to myself. I'm going to try this on so you guys can experience what I had to experience. Before the Black Series helmet was announced, this was as good as it gets. And it's not terrible. All right. It's got the form. It's got the shape. It's made of like a squishy, like a semi-flexible rubber. See, there's a little bit of give in that. Top opens up like that. It's got just straight up little foam pads in there, right? And that is as far on, I think, about as it goes, right? Oh, Jesus. Now I know why none of them could fight Cal. No one can even breathe in this thing. And then the helmet. Right in my face. Yeah, the helmet literally smashes me in the face. Oh, God. It's too uncomfortable. I can't do it. It's too uncomfortable. God. So that's what I've been dealing with, trying to have a Scout Trooper helmet. So I will be very happy to replace this with something better as soon as possible. Yeah, right. No wonder the troopers crashed, man. No one could see, no one could breathe, no one could even think wearing that helmet. Oh, amazing. Cool. Well, I am super pleased with this little Phase 2 clone. I'm gonna be sitting down and wearing this while I do the rest of my editing for the day, I think. Yeah, no, this is absolutely excellent. And if you have a big head like me, don't forget to take out the padding on the inside before you try it on, because it almost got stuck on my head when I tried one of them on, and I hadn't taken the inner padding out first. Cautionary tale. Learn from my mistakes. Cool. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. The stream has been short but sweet. Just wanted to do a little bit of an unboxing and a review of the Hasbro Black Series Phase 2 Clone Trooper helmet. I'm going to be going live again in a couple hours with Mabendu for the Dork Forces podcast at 7 PST, where we're going to be talking about a couple of different things that have happened in the Star Wars news recently, like the Halcyon Star Cruiser closing down. We'll finally be talking about Jedi Survivor because I finally beat the game, so you'll want to hang out for that as well. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. And as always, may the Force be with you.